So in today's video, I'm going to be giving you guys the top 10 best tips and tricks for Roblox rivals. The first two tricks are going to be movement tricks. So what I'm doing right now is called slide jumping, and this is very useful. Obviously, this works on any map, but slide jumping is basically just sliding and jumping right after, and when you hit the ground, you do the exact same thing again. And this is much faster than walking around the map normally like this. I also mentioned this in my previous video about movement tricks, which you guys should watch. But besides that, another good movement trick is grenade jumping. If you hold a grenade in your hand and then throw it at your feet right before it explodes, you will send yourself flying way farther than a simple slide jump. And the next trick is with a specific melee. So if you have the knife melee in the game, this might not be super obvious. Well, there's two different attacks you can do, and left clicking anywhere on the body will do 40 damage, and right clicking on the front will also do 40 damage. But if you right click on someone's back directly, like on their back torso, it will do 150 damage and instantly kill them. And that's why this is my second favorite knife. You guys will see why it's not my first favorite later in the video. But the next few tricks are going to be in your settings menu. There are a lot of settings in the game, and a lot of them aren't on by default. But there are a few specific settings that I think are really OP. These two settings right here specifically, camera FOV effects and camera shake, are really important. The FOV effects basically means that when you're sliding, then it's going to change your FOV, which isn't good. And the camera shake, which this is a really OP setting, it actually just turns off your recoil entirely on your camera when you turn this off. Your actual FOV is just personal preference. But the next tip is another setting over here, which is to turn on hide tasks in duels and weapon picker list mode. Now the next tip is again also going to be in your settings in the crosshair menu. So this is not very obvious when you start playing the game, but you can actually completely customize your crosshair. I have most of the default settings here, but there is a pretty OP setting over here as well, which is to turn the bar spacing basically to 0, and you will pretty much just have a perfect crosshair in the middle of your screen. Like if we go back into the game, then the crosshair now is just going to show where it's actually going to shoot instead of having extra spread basically added onto it. If you have extra spacing on, which is on by default, then it's pretty much just not going to show you what you're actually shooting, which is not good at all. But the next tip is going to be what items can actually let you double jump in the game. So there are multiple movement items in the game, and there are two double jump items specifically, which are the bow and the fist. When you double jump with the bow, you're just going to jump up like that. And the same thing with the fist, the same thing is going to happen. But if you are really good with the bow specifically, then it's pretty OP to combine both of these because you can actually triple jump in the air. Like when you jump over here, you can jump once and then twice again in the air. This is pretty OP if you're a player that relies a lot on movement. This is like really just good to go around the map really fast. But the next tip is actually something I wanted to make an entire video on, but I decided not to. So I can't really demonstrate this properly, but with multiple people voting, you can actually be the last person to vote, and every single time if you're the last person to vote something, it is always going to choose your thing. As you guys can see, I just got construction because I chose it last. It doesn't actually count how many things people vote for, but instead it counts whatever the last vote was for, which is a really weird glitch for some reason. But the next tip is going to be that you can actually use a specific melee to deflect bullets. So this is the katana melee over here. But as you guys can see right there, I just blocked that guy's sniper shot basically, which was pretty OP. This is the only thing in the game that can do that. And there we go, I just killed that guy. Yeah, this is my main melee. I mentioned earlier that this is my favorite melee, and the knife was my second favorite because of this. And the last tip is going to be on this map as well, and it is the reason that I voted this map entirely. But there is a glitch where you can get on top of the crane in this map specifically. Now, it is kind of hard to do, but if you just grenade jump off of here like that, you will fling yourself onto the crane all the way over here, and you can actually just stand on here, and if you get all the way up there, you can just sit there and snipe people. This guy's obviously killing me, but it's a pretty OP glitch if you're playing in 2v2s, 3v3s, whatever. You can literally just sit right up there and snipe people. But yeah, there's the top 10 tips that you can use in Roblox Rivals. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. If you want to see more Rivals content, then make sure to leave a like and subscribe notifications. Also, make sure to join my Discord server because that's where I put all my announcements and giveaways. But yeah, that's basically it. Hopefully you guys enjoyed, and I will see you guys in the next one.